Today we're taking a look at KIBORG, an arcade beat 'em up that combines roguelike mechanics with RPG elements. Before we get started, I want to give a shout out to the developers for supplying this channel with the key. And with that out of the way, let's get started with the bad as always for full transparency. I immediately noticed a few technical issues plaguing the overall experience, such as screen tearing, minor frame rate dips, and random bugs and glitches. For example, I briefly lost control of the camera multiple times during my playthrough, and I experienced a hard freeze while capturing footage. This game is a bit rough around the edges, but it feels more unpolished than janky. When it comes to the gameplay, the early game forces you to repeat the same few levels consecutively, and overall things become repetitive very quickly. There's a lot of content locked behind the skill tree, and the only way you can unlock it is by accumulating data from failed runs. The roguelike formula of continuously failing and trying again with slightly more power each time is a bit of a double-edged sword here. There aren't any changes to the enemies and bosses you'll encounter each run, and with only two paths to choose from, you will find yourself fighting the same enemies in the same location for different rewards over and over and over again. Now, there is a lot of variety once you get deeper into the game, but the nature of this game is for you to die and try again. So if you're not really looking for something repetitive, I can definitely see how this is going to turn off a lot of people. And lastly, there's not really much of a story here. There's only two voice actors in this game, and one of them sounds uninspired and flat. Now let's transition into the good. KIBORG is an engaging beat-em-up roguelite with an absurd amount of build variety and tight, responsive controls. While most beat-em-ups easily devolve into button mashing, KIBORG takes a far more strategic approach that demands proper timing for dodges and parries, along with pre-planned strategies for crowd-controlling combos. There's a lot of depth to the combat system here, and despite the repetition, KIBORG has a highly addictive core gameplay loop that constantly incentivizes you to outdo your previous run. At the end of each run, you're rewarded with data and tokens. Tokens are used during your run to gamble at the wheel or buy various items and equipment from vendors, while data is used solely to progress your skill tree before your run starts. And you have a massive skill tree here that allows you to unlock new combos, special attacks, various starting weapons and implants, and much, much more. In addition to all this, KIBORG has a wide variety of weapons and implants that can be found during your run. But what truly gives KIBORG its build variety is the cybernetic implants. These allow you to further upgrade your light and heavy attack along with your dodge, while simultaneously giving you multiple buffs and abilities. There are also 5 different brands for each implant that all have their own unique buffs, abilities, and synergies. All of this is paired with a system that allows you to mix and match while encouraging experimentation, offering a wildly different playstyle for every run. On top of all this, you have augments and mutations. Augments give you a random perk, while mutations give you advantages and disadvantages. This all culminates into a wild, chaotic experience that's packed full of options when it comes to build variety. In closing, I'm going to give this an 8. I really enjoyed this game despite its flaws, and I can actually see that they were trying to address some of them. Like when it comes to the repetition, they actually do have a section to where you can do a puzzle instead of just fighting another enemy, but honestly it was pretty boring to me and I preferred just to fight through it. But it's still worth noting that they actually did try to do something to break up the monotony. But overall, I just really like this game. I like the level of variety they put into the build creation. You have so many different weapons, you have so many different implants, you have so many different augments. I haven't really gotten too much into mutations yet. It seems like it's a bit too much of a a drawback, but overall I just like how much that goes into your build creation. And I also love the visuals of you changing and becoming more cybernetic over time. If you're a fan of beat 'em ups or roguelites, I highly recommend this game. Just be ready for the repetition. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll be back with another one. Peace.